Hi, Aries. It's Lulu, and welcome to your ended read, honey. All right, so let's get to it. We are using the Psychic Love Tarot. Thank you. All right. Thank you. What do you have here? Crown chakra popping. Ooh, I like it. Crown chakra, simply love. What's wrong with it? Nothing. Okay. Feeling alone. Oh boy. Okay. What's under crown chakra? Helpless and hopeless. What's under simply love? Sadness and isolation. What's under feeling alone? Base chakra. And it started off good. All right, so you got crown chakra and helpless and hopeless. You gotta figure out which direction to go, who can go, who gotta not who goes and who stays. You're coming to a crossroads, and that's why the crown chakra is on top of this Eight of Cups, because I'm really getting her that there is something that you can't unsee. There is something that has been revealed to you or will be revealed to you um, about your direction. All right, who holding you back, who helping and who hindering, basically. And so you have to come to terms with something with that crown chakra energy. Um, there may even be that you took certain steps or you're deciding to take certain steps in a direction that you feel is right. But the thing about it is what you feel, does what you feel logically, intuitively, and logically agree? Are you in agreement with your spirit, basically? Your higher self, your star player. Are you in agreement? Because then you have simply love, which is the Six of Cups, right? So you may have even been in a space where what you have been holding on to, a person, I gotta fix that lace. What you've been holding on to, maybe it's a person or who they are in your life. Maybe it's someone that you've been knowing for quite some time. Here, that you are making amends with. There's some type of key to this connection. Maybe it's your inner child, the younger you, right? Y'all resemble whoever it is. Y'all resemble whether you were in a family with them or not. Y'all resemble. Um, there's something about not letting the sun set on what it is that needs to be said or what needs to be, yeah, what needs to be said between you and someone else. You may be in a space where you have people or someone that you feel has your back, or maybe you have folks back, but they don't have your back the way that you have their back. And there's something that's coming to the forefront of your awareness from your childhood that has something to do with giving to the wrong people. Because then we move into okay, so wait a minute, let's stay right here, because that sadness and alone and isolation is under simply love. All right. And the best love is finding the love within yourself, finding the love and connecting to the Most High, so that you will be able to do what it is that you came to do with or without the assistance of certain people and the way that you feel about certain people, right? You're reaching out. So some of you may be in a space where you reach out to for some type of support when you are feeling isolated and alone. Just be mindful of who you do that with, because with that yeah, because y'all connecting to a star system. So this may have to do with an asteroid in your astrological chart, but you're connecting to a star system. And the more that you elevate, the more you will feel clear about who is for you and who is not, and how do you handle people who are not for you, because there's a different perspective, right? You may already be in a space where you feel like you know this, right? Until you go hit another hump or a roadblock and you realize, okay, what I thought I knew, I don't know. It's a new something being revealed to you. Then you have feeling alone and base chakra here. This may have to do with um, expression, right? Sometimes people may bounce off of the way that you express yourself and think that is they should be a certain type of way, and you just want people to be themselves and be whoever they are, uniquely them. And it's like you feel alone in that space because this is something that's deeply rooted in you, something that is deeply rooted in you that you have to come to terms with when it comes to why do you feel alone? Why do you feel like you are the only person that went through something? Why do you feel like you're the only person making things happen? It's like you may be in a space where you feel like you got the key, but ain't nobody listening, right? So let's start clarifying. What is this crown chakra for Aries? Knight of Cups and the Tower. Shit. Something is happening. This information is coming through out of nowhere. This information is coming through out of nowhere. It's disruptive. It's aggravated. Somebody is aggravated. This may be someone who doesn't know how to handle their emotions. An aggravated twist. An aggravated twist. Somebody may, okay. So this is like when you go somewhere with someone and the environment, about the environment. Maybe this is somewhere that y'all been quite a few times or what have you. But on this day, the person that you were going with, you hold them near and dear to you now, and you try to tell them, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't need to go today. Maybe you shouldn't wear that. Do you think you got enough money to, mingle today? Something gonna happen, and you tried to warn somebody. What is this simply love? Seven of Pentacles. How much have you given to who? When it comes to people in close proximity to you, how much have you given to them? How have you reaped the rewards of that? Not necessarily saying that you should be rewarded for everything that you give, because you use your discernment when giving, right? You use your discernment when giving, doing, right, being, when it comes in relation to other people. You may even feel like you're at a standstill because you need to come back to this emotional balance, this space of nostalgia where you haven't been there in a while, where you just feel whole, separate, and unique. Everything feels good. The flow is good. Every environment you go into is receptive. And so that's probably why you've been at this space where you can't move forward until you figure something out. The Eight of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. And that has to do with that feeling alone. Communication coming in, heightened sense of awareness, spiritual awareness, being propelled forward here. What is this feeling alone for Aries? What is this feeling alone for Aries? My stomach grabbing. Ten of Pentacles. What is it for a man to gain the world and lose his soul? You may have a house, the car, the job, and all that stuff, and you still feel alone. You may be in a marriage and feel alone. I forgot who I did a reading for that may be going through something like that. But you may be feeling alone in your own home, in a relationship, in your family. Maybe you feel like you're the only one that wants to move forward with, building the family legacy or what have you. Here, what is this Ten of Pentacles? Five of Wands. That's that conflict. You feel alone when it comes to the family inheritance, spiritual inheritance, your home. There's always conflict, screaming, fussing, fighting, agitation. Ten of Cups, and that's all you want. That's all you want. You know what I'm saying? It's to be surrounded by love and happiness and joy, right? Of course, other things will transpire, other things will happen because that's part of life. But at the end of the day, can we all agree that we want to love, be loved, share love? You know what I'm saying? And so there's a decision that needs to be made before you cross that border, but before you cross over into this new beginning, before you cross that path, right? Decide to move forward in a way that will allow for you to, progress. And it's going to take you some time, because then we move into this 8 of Cups, because that's the decision that needs to be made. Because you're just on the outside. It's like you're on the outside looking in, right? You're an observer of everything that is going on, and you're trying not to say nothing or get on nobody's nerves, put nobody in their feelings, whatever it is. What is this? Helpless and hopeless. 8 of Wands. He had a breakthrough. Communication, right? Something comes through where, like, I feel like somebody may have driven, or maybe they are driven by dark forces, but there's something about communication coming in. Maybe it's about a child or someone that you know who is having car issues, and you have a decision to make, because it's like you can't help them. What is this 8 of Wands? The Page of Swords. It may be a younger air sign, but this is you making a decision based on the information that you've gathered so far, making a logical decision, because some of you are maybe at a crossroads when it comes to education, when it comes to being a student versus a teacher, whatever this is. The Knight of Cups. Somebody may be apologizing or coming in wanting to woo you. Yeah, somebody that you put an end to the situation with, the connection with. They may have been very immature with their money, immature with their time, immature with their body. All right. Or their practical means. What is this helpless and hopeless? What is the best advice for Aries? 5 of Wands. Gather yourself. You really need to balance out some things, because there may be a change in. It's like when the dissolution of parts of the ego, right? When the ego wants to take charge and blah, 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 it has to fight the spirit, okay? And if you're not open and allowing, what happens is you stay in a space of turmoil. You go this way and that way. You fight against the flow. You fight against your heightened awareness. What is this 5 of Wands with this decision? So the best advice is to stabilize it. All right. Come to terms with it. Any opposing forces that are trying to get you to energetically move differently than what it is that you are called to do. Because what's happening here is, with the next card is the sadness and isolation, which is like, once you make this decision, you may feel alone. Okay. 9 of Pentacles. You may feel as though, you won't have any help. But you've been through enough to know that you have help. It's just that the help isn't coming the way that you want it to. You feel like you got to do everything by yourself. You feel like your heart is very big, and people don't understand a big heart. It's not meant for everybody to understand that. Okay? A lot of people are governed by bad building friends. What is this 9 of Pentacles? Virtuous. Virtues. Damn, 5 of Wands came back out. People may be trying to, communicate with you. Yeah. Communicate with you, tell you what you want to hear to make you feel better or make you feel wanted, or what is this sadness and isolation for Aries? The 6 of Pentacles. Balance your checkbook, balance, the places that you go, bring balance and awareness into that. Make sure that there's a give and take, because in isolation, in sadness, in loneliness, and all those things, what can happen is people reach for something outside of them to make them happy. People reach for something outside of them to agree with them or validate them in some type of way. They do things in a manner in which will only cause more sadness, isolate them even more, right? Because they haven't gotten to know themselves very well as they thought they did. Reaching out for help, reaching out for comfort. What is this base chakra? The 5 of Swords. Does that run in your family? I gotta be right. I'm right. I'm right. Always having to prove yourself right. Always having to prove that what you're doing and how you're doing it is right. Is that what is at the root or the foundation of your being that you got to clear out? What is this? Five of Wands. Could be mental and spiritual conflict. Maybe, you are pushing against the grain. Of course, you are here. You are pushing against the grain when it comes to your familial beliefs spiritually. And then mentally, there may be some type of conflict when it comes to going back and forth with people that are spiritual in different spiritual communities, which it all should be one in some form or fashion, because it's all about love and growing. So there's a 55, something here about people by the time they turn 55 in your family. So let's see here. What is this 55? Temperance. There it is. That's what makes sense. So maybe in this stage and age that you are learning to balance any mental conflict, any contributions that come, mental instabilities that come from your bloodline, balancing spiritual dominance, something about spiritual dominance or what have you, but balancing your spirituality and bringing back, doing things in moderation and paying attention to how you are affected by those root issues that are deeply rooted in your being, in order to uproot them and um, plant new swords and wands, so that you can have that stability that you need to move forward, to make you whole, separate, and unique, because there's an imbalance here. All right. So get into that temperance energy and balance and work that out. Okay.